welcome to Legacy IAS. We'll be continuing with our chapter of direction sense. Now, let's see this question. Till the last video, we have done the introduction part of it, just the basics. After that, we did some questions. Okay, now we'll be doing some more questions, especially when it is asked that you need to find the direction from initial point to final point. Okay, let's see. So, what it says Neha starts from home and travels 10 kilometers towards the northeast to a point P. So this is her home. From here she goes northeast to a point P. Correct? Neha starts from home and travels 10 kilometers. So this is 10 kilometers to a point P. At P, she turns 90-degree left. So now at P, she turns 90-degree left. So at P, 90-degree left will be what? 90-degree left means anti-clockwise direction. That means in this direction. Then and walks 10 kilometers to reach point Q. So she has turned 90-degree exactly and reaches this point. This is also 10 kilometers. Now it is asked in which direction to reach a point Q. So this is Q. Now in which direction is Q from home? So from home, what is the direction of Q? Now if you see, if this is 90-degree, this is 10, this is 10, then this has to form a hypotenuse, correct? So if this is 90-degree, then it must join in such a way like this. Why? Because she first went at 45-degree like this and then eventually 90-degree like this. So eventually she has reached Q, which is directly above P. So what you get, 10 kilometer here and 10 kilometer here. In which direction is she facing now? She is facing she is in the north direction from her initial point. If here it was 10 kilometer and here that was 12 kilometer or 15 kilometer, then she would have reached here, correct? And then the direction would have been northwest. Or if she had traveled only 5 kilometers, then the answer would have been northeast still. But she has traveled equal 10 here and 10 here, eventually reaches north. That's it. Then next, a man travels some distance towards the south, okay, then turns right and covers 15 meters. Okay, so first goes south, then turns right and covers 15 meters. From here he goes 15 meters towards right, then turns left and covers 10 meters. So now here he goes 10 kilometer in the right direction. At this time, in which direction is he from the starting point? Okay, now in which direction is he from the starting point? Now see, what are the possibilities? Okay, now a person travels some distance towards south. Now we don't know how much distance. Then turns right, okay, and covers 15 meters. Then turns left and covers 10 meters. At this time, in which direction is he from the starting point? Now this is a tricky question. So this is the starting point. Let's say this is the end point. Then in which direction is he? He is in the northwest direction. So you might think that this is the answer, but we don't know exactly how much distance he went in south direction. So maybe his starting point was not this, but somewhere here, and he traveled this much distance, that is much larger distance than 10 kilometer. He went from here to here. Now what direction it is? Now the direction will be called southwest. So now similarly, if S is exactly at 10 kilometers, then he is exactly in the west direction. So it changes based on length that he traveled in south direction. So some distance is written until this is specified. Until this is specified, we cannot say. Cannot say. So answer becomes none of these. That's it. Then next. Yeah. Next is this. What it says, Raman walks 5 meters from his house, okay, towards the south. Okay, now it is given. So 5 meters towards south from his house. Okay, then turns left. Left goes in which direction? This direction, correct? It forms an L. So then turns left and covers 8 meters. So this is 8. Okay, again turns left and covers 15 meter. So from here he is going in this direction. Now left will be above. So in this direction he goes 15 meters. In which direction is he from the starting point? So this is the end point. Starting point was his home. What direction is this? What direction is this? This is clearly not east. Now here you can say with surety, because this length is 5 and this length is 15. So he has went beyond what was his original length that he came down. So it has to be northeast. Simple. This only you have to do. First, start with wherever it is given, for example home, office, whatever, and then whatever distances are given, this much left, right, south, west, draw all that. It reaches an end point, then join the initial point and end point. Whatever is the direction is his direction from the initial point. Okay, then now let's see this. This is from CSAT 2020. What it says, a man walks down the backside of his house straight 25 meters. Okay, okay, from the backside of his house he walks 25 meters straight. Now we don't know right now which direction is his house. Okay, then turns to the right and walks 50 meters again. Then he turns towards left and again walks 25 meters. Okay, if his house faces to the east, this is the most important thing. If his house faces to the east, what is the direction in which he is from the starting point? So now his house faces east. So his house is facing east. Now let's read the question. A man walks down from the back side of his house straight 25 meters. Now back side of his house means what? He goes in just opposite, that is west direction. What length? He goes 25 meters. Then turns to the right and walks 50 meters. So from here he turns right and walks 50 meters. So this is 50. Then he turns towards left and again walks 25 meters. So here, from here left will be in this direction. So this 25 meters. Okay, if his house faces to the east, what is his direction from the starting point? So now it is asking you what is his direction from the starting point. What it will be? This is his house. What direction this is? This is clearly north west. So answer becomes north west. That is D. Okay, easy. Then yeah, let's do this. A person walks 100-meter westward. Okay, 100-meter westward. Then turns left and walks 100 meters. So from here he turns left. Left means down, and walks how much? Again 100 meters. He then takes a turn 225-degree clockwise. In which direction is he walking now? So first 100-meter west direction, then 100-meter towards his left, that is done. Now 225-degree in clockwise direction. So clockwise looks like what? Clockwise goes like this. How much I have to go? How much I have to go? I have to go 225 degrees. So first of all, when he reaches the exact same line, then what is this angle? This angle is 180. After that, he has to travel 225 degrees. That means 45-degree more. So 180 is done, and then 45-degree more. Which direction he reaches? This is what direction? This is north east. The answer becomes northeast. Simple. First he went west, then he took a left, and after that 225-degree he reaches northeast. This table you can remember, it helps. 45, 90. This is table of 45. 135, 180, 225, then 270, then 335, and then 360. Wait, 315, sorry. 315 and 360. This is table of 45. This you can remember. Okay. That's it for this one. Thank you.